We should all celebrate the progress we're making.
That progress in Maine is a faster COVID-19 vaccination timeline, when you'll be eligible to get your shot coming up.
$2 trillion. That's how much President Biden wants to spend on infrastructure. Coming up, how Maine's members of Congress are responding to the proposed plan.
People are just housebound. They want to get out.
Something a lot of us can probably relate to. Coming up, I'll have a closer look at some travel trends as Mainers start to fly again.
Chilly now and warmer this weekend. Rain returns early next week and could last for a few days. The details coming up. This is the Morning Report.
Good morning, everybody. Congratulations on making it to Friday. I'm Lee Goldberg.
And I'm Sharon Rose. Welcome in. And welcome to Mike, who's filling in for Todd this morning. Hi, Mike.
You know what? This is like a great morning to be here. We're heading into a holiday weekend. The weather looks good. Not much to complain about. It is chilly compared to yesterday, though. Many spots 20 to 25 degrees colder right now than yesterday at this time. The 24-hour temperature change in Freiburg, almost 30 degrees colder right now. So grab the jackets to start off your Friday. This is what it feels like outside. Wind chills 1 degree in Greenville and Rangeley. So it feels like it's 1 degree outside. Bangor feels like it's 12, and it feels like it's 22 in Rockland and Calais. So it's chilly outside. And even if we zoom out a bit here and talk about the Northeast as a whole, colder air has settled in. So it's going to feel like March maybe compared to the beginning of April. Average high for today would be closer to about 48 degrees. I think a lot of us are going to be between like 38 and 43, so upper 30s, low 40s expected this afternoon. Plus, it's breezy still out of the northwest, which makes it feel even a bit colder. A couple of flurries across the mountains and central highlands this morning, really not a huge deal. I don't really foresee any impacts from this. Clouds starting to break apart, which means that soon we'll see more reports of sunshine across parts of western and central Maine. And as the day goes on, I do expect most of us to enjoy at least a little bit of sunshine, which is what's going to help it feel just a little bit better out this afternoon. Next 12 hours to the coastline shows some cloud cover sticking around, but again, high temperatures topping out in the low 40s for most. Inland, very similar, except it could be just a little bit sunnier inland depending on where those clouds actually settle. For the holiday weekend, though, a lot more sunshine on the way. Plus, we warm things up by Easter Sunday. We'll talk all about that a little bit later.
All right, thanks, Mike. Starting next week, Mainers 16 and older will be able to sign up for a COVID-19 vaccine. That means on Wednesday, more than a third of Maine's population will become eligible. This is a pretty big change from the original schedule, which means there is a lot to unpack here. So here are 3 things to know right now. First, 16 and 17-year-olds will only be able to get the Pfizer vaccine. That's because the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines are still not authorized for children. Also, anyone under the age of 18 will need a parent to consent before they can get a shot. Next, Maine is still getting more and more doses of the vaccine every week. It's not clear exactly how many doses we'll get next week, but Maine CDC Director Dr. Nirav Shah says he expects even more appointments will become available. And finally, this isn't much of a surprise, but you might need to be a little patient. Again, Maine Health says that it already has some 45,000 people between the ages of 18 and 49 pre-registered. Now, some of those people could get appointments as soon as next week, and Northern Light Health says it is updating its online systems for when more appointments are set to be released next Monday. But while it might take some time, Maine is ahead of schedule.
This acceleration of our timeline beats by almost a month President Biden's original goal of making all Americans eligible by May 1st. And it comes as we receive a significant increase in vaccine supply from the federal government. This is good news, I think, and we should all celebrate the progress we're making.
Now, for more on setting up a vaccination appointment, text the word appointment to 828-6622. We will send you a link that will help walk you through how to sign up in your area. And some more promising news. The Maine Department of Health and Human Services says the ruined doses of Johnson & Johnson's vaccine will not affect Maine. Millions of doses were compromised during production at a plant in Baltimore, but Maine's health officials say next week we'll get the full allotment of J&J vaccines that we were expecting. That will be more than 20,000 doses. Officials also say those doses were not manufactured in the affected facility, and the ones Maine gets will be safe and effective.
So Bates College is on lockdown right now because of a rise in COVID-19 cases there. According to the school, 34 students who have tested positive are now in isolation housing. Another 50 students are in quarantine because they are considered to be close contacts. All of the students are required to stay in their dorm rooms unless they're using a bathroom, picking up a meal, or going to a health-related appointment. The leaders of the college say these measures will help reduce in-person interactions on campus. For now, the lockdown will be in place until the 6th of April. Across the rest of the state, Maine saw a pretty big jump in cases yesterday, 284 according to the Maine CDC. No new deaths were reported. 8 more people have been hospitalized. And a look at the Maine CDC's COVID-19 dashboard shows that people aged 29 years and younger are now making up about 44% of the new cases that were reported just in the last week.
More than $2 trillion. That's how much President Biden is looking to invest in improving the country's infrastructure as part of his latest proposal, the American Jobs Plan, as it's called. News Center Maine's Sean Stackhouse joins us live from Portland now. And Sean, you have more on how members of Maine's congressional delegation are responding to this plan?
Sharon, good morning. That is right. Well, members of Maine's congressional delegation that I spoke with say Maine and the country are in need of infrastructure improvements. There is certainly differing support for this proposed plan. Now, in addition to infrastructure improvements for things like roads, bridges, and our nation's rail system, President Biden's proposed plan also calls for $111 billion to go to replace lead water pipes and upgrade sewers. Broadband internet would also blanket the country for $100 billion and another $100 billion to upgrade the power grid to deliver clean electricity. But the scale of this project and how it could be funded are a point of concern for many Republicans around the nation. It's proposed in the plan to revert a President Trump-era tax cut, raising the corporate tax rate to 28 from 21.
If you're going to make this kind of investment and really try to have a country that's leading into the future, not just trying to catch up all the time, now's the time to do it. And this is a really good plan.
We do need a robust infrastructure plan. I've been advocating that for years, but the president's plan includes much more than traditional infrastructure, and the cost is extremely high.
Representative Jared Golden and Maine Senator Angus King were not available for comment yesterday. However, Senator King's team does tell News Center Maine that he is optimistic about this proposal. And Senator Collins does add that although she does have concerns about the scale of this proposal, she is looking forward to working with the administration to help create some of these changes and has already been in contact with members of President Biden's cabinet. Live in Portland this morning, Sean Stackhouse, News Center Maine.
All right, 6:39, we'll take a break. Still to come, shampoo, medicine, and mortgages, all things that women typically pay more for than men. We'll take a look at the mortgage gender gap in Maine coming up. First, Mike, something to know about this Friday forecast.
It's breezy out there, Lee. Not bad if you aren't going to be spending too much time outside, but if you are, you want to grab the heavier jacket for sure. Wind gusts coming out of the northwest, 20 to 25 miles an hour. Those will be on and off through the day, so nothing damaging, but enough to feel it. Those relax tonight. Much warmer weather on the way this weekend. The details coming up a little later.